Hello and welcome to this Crab Towers podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Thor, Love and Thunder. Just in case there's another one that they bring out, it's the 2022 version.
What, another Thor?
Another Thor, Love and Thunder.
But why is it called Love and Thunder?
My name's Bryce. This is Jason.
Hello, Bryce. How are you? You fucked me.
Good, thank you. And this is Kieran.
Hey, Bryce, how are you? You fucked me. But different circumstances.
Yeah. Because I normally copy Kieran, and yeah, it's
So I threw you through
now
a
I've made
loop.
this too hard.
3 or 4 a loop?
Yeah.
So,
We all watched Thor.
we did.
Different points.
Yeah, well, me and you watched at the same time.
Yeah, I had the Rona, so I had to wait a week.
And then
You were just lazy.
Yeah, no, because I wanted to wait for you.
No, you did not.
I had work. I work nights, so I can only go at night.
Like 3 nights a week. So the other
Yeah.
nights the movie
Those
wasn't
nights I couldn't. Yeah.
on? Yeah, that makes sense.
And Jason just went without us.
Yeah.
I
He's
went with
an
my
arsehole.
family, mate.
Yeah, sure, mate.
Family trip to the cinemas.
And what was that thing your mum said at the end?
Oh, it wasn't very positive. But she's weird anyway, so it doesn't matter what her opinion is.
What was it?
What did she say? Oh,
That one?
that was average.
Yeah, I thought that wasn't that good.
Was it? Well, my sister said one of those things, and my mom said like that wasn't that good. They weren't really into it.
Marvel fans.
They loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, did you want to do a quick what you thought of it, Brycey?
Nah.
Okay, that's fair enough. What about you,
Karen,
Kieran?
you can do a quick what you thought of it.
Oh. I know some of the comic stuff. That was cool to see that.
This is so this beginning is non-spoiler, and then we'll go
Yeah.
through it. And
I
then
like the expanding of the world they did. They did a lot of jokes.
A bit too many jokes,
Yeah.
you think?
A lot of screaming.
They didn't do a few characters justice, I feel.
Yeah, and the villain was, I reckon, underused.
Yeah, definitely.
Was that not a, oh, that's later into it. We'll talk about that after. Yeah, I went in not really expecting much as well. Like, I think I even read a couple of, not reviews, but like people were saying a couple of things just on Facebook of just like, oh, I thought it was okay and all this. And I think that's all I
So you
feel
went
like.
in with that in your head.
And then that's
And
what
that's your opinion.
but I think that's what it was. I don't know.
okay.
But if someone says, it's shit, or like, okay, normally you go in and you're a bit higher. That I went in that and I was still that. So I don't know what that says about the movie, but hey, it's enjoyable. It's fun. I'd watch it and then have a laugh. Don't not see it.
The hardest part was Ragnarok. I reckon set the standard quite high.
That's,
And I've rewatched that again. And I still
Since the
like
movie?
I usually don't rewatch stuff, but I like that.
I
No, not since the movie though.
oh,
I
okay.
rewatched it when I got home, and I went, oh.
That's what funny is. No.
But it's missing a key part of Ragnarok is Loki. And it's missing Loki in this. Is that
Yeah. So
Is that
they
right?
kind of
Mm.
replace him with,
with
Of
someone.
course, I'm getting a phone call.
Do you want to take it, Jay?
No,
Would
I
you
just
like to
closed
take-
it instead. Yeah, I don't know how else to talk about things without spoiling. Like, I almost spoil everything straight away. So do you just want me to go straight into, like, actors and stuff like that? Well, what IMDb and that thought of it. 6.9 on IMDb. That's not that great.
It's not for a AAA title, no.
No, it's pretty, I think it costs a lot of money. I didn't look at that, but
But if you saw it as 7, that's not too bad.
yeah, I know, right? 6.9 is funny.
Because of the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
68% on Rotten Tomatoes. 81% on Google.
What was the Rotten Tomatoes audience?
What the fuck does that mean?
There's critic score and audience score.
Oh, well, it just comes up when you go into Google and you write it in, it only has 1. So maybe it's them combined.
Maybe.
Or it's just one of them.
You'll
I
have the
don't
popcorn or the...
Well, just because I don't
tomato,
even
maybe.
click on their thing, it just when I write the movie in Google, those 3 come up.
okay.
I don't know. That's just what I've been writing down. So
Yeah.
don't know how true it is. Directed and written by Taika Waititi. I don't know how to... Taika Waititi. Taika Waititi.
Waititi.
Why am I saying it weird?
You know, I don't know.
Say it,
I
Kieran?
haven't. Let me read it.
No.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
thought it
good.
was Taika Waititi as well.
Yeah, I don't know what. Just the way I was saying it, I don't know. When I read it and tried to say it was different.
Because you're
than just
Australian and you
Because you're
Aussie
Australian.
accent.
root against the
Yeah.
New Zealanders.
fucks it. So he obviously did Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit. Did you see Jojo
I
Rabbit,
did see
Bryson?
Jojo
Did you
Rabbit.
like that movie?
Um,
It's your movie.
yeah, it's all right. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be worse than it was.
What's that? His imaginary friend is Hitler.
Yeah,
Okay. What, the funniness? Is it funny?
yeah, it's funny.
Did you
It's
see
so serious
Hunt
and
for the
sad.
Wilder People?
Didn't see that. No.
I seen that. That was alright. It has that.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of comedy. It's really weird.
As the one you haven't seen.
No, as
Oh,
this movie. You know,
okay.
it's like his stuff, not as Jojo Rabbit. Did you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
I've watched that.
Yeah,
That's a giggle.
he did 3 episodes and then the movie.
Yeah, the movie came out first, and the TV show. Yeah.
Is that
I
good?
watched a bit of the TV show. I didn't. It gets good reviews. I didn't hook onto that as much, but I
Yeah.
did like that movie's good.
Apparently he might do a Star Wars film in the future.
Yes.
Is there any? He just might do it.
Yeah. Did you
Okay.
see where he was asking Natalie Portman if he wanted to do one?
Oh
She's
really?
like, I've been in 3.
I've done the Star Wars. And he goes, "Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you, bro?" Thor, Chris Hemsworth. I'm just gonna, because we know all the main movies that he's in, but the new ones. So that Spiderhead movie that was new on Netflix. He's got a couple of Netflix.
Is that the one that got terrible reviews?
Did it?
I'm pretty sure it did.
I'm pretty sure it was like very highly watched.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's about now.
Is it a Netflix original?
I'm pretty sure, and so is this other one, Extraction.
Yeah, that's the one that I kept recommending to you. It's Call of Duty the movie.
Ah, because there's an Extraction 2 coming out.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
keen.
Is it that good?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, it's
No,
actually
like-
good. Because sometimes you tell me to watch
No,
things that
because
are shit.
it's not like good as in you're like, man, that was a good movie. It's like it's just action.
Okay.
You know.
There's Red Notice 2 as well coming up, by the way.
I'm good.
Okay. And then Men in Black International. I only
Yeah.
read that out because of later.
What
Jane
about
Foster,
Ghostbusters?
Oh.
The Ghostbusters
because that's a
movie.
classic,
What
so we
about-
don't mention that.
What about Home and Away?
Yeah, he was Kim.
Look, I'm done with this now. Jane Foster, Natalie Portman. There's do you remember the movie called Your Highness? It was in that. It's like a comedy with Danny McBride and the
Black
guy with the big
Swan.
mouth
That
I
wasn't a
forgot.
good one, was it?
Mick Jagger.
I
Mick
can't
Jagger.
believe, I didn't know Mick Jagger was doing
Franco, James Franco.
James Franco.
that. Ah,
It was
Big
it was
man.
okay. I think it's for a younger audience. Black Swan, which is like that dancing movie,
Yep,
rated
there's
R,
that
like
mess.
Twisted one.
weird.
Yeah.
And then a movie called Lucy in the Sky, which is also rated R.
Yeah,
Um,
that's LSD.
is it?
Oh, that's Lucy in the Sky.
I
with
think-
diamonds.
I think it was something to do with she goes crazy because she went to space or something and came back and then started going insane.
No,
I've read the synopsis about it, but didn't
what-
obviously pay much
spoilers?
attention. Well, I mean, it's in the. Shut up. No one's gonna watch that. Gore, played by Christian Bale.
Batman.
Batman, good. What else? Go on.
It's American Psycho. No, just
Well,
Psycho.
I was
Is
gonna
it
say
American
that
Psycho.
one.
It's American Psycho. Yeah.
Yep.
Can you guess the other one that I wrote? You won't, because I never knew this existed. Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
I only wrote that
I
because
couldn't
It's
that's
fairly new though.
yeah. Well, that's 2019.
Was that was Chris Hemsworth?
I
No,
don't-
that was the other race
No,
one,
that's
yeah.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The only reason I wrote that is because 2019. Well, that was his last movie before this. I think he just had COVID off.
Fair enough.
And just the way I looked at it, and I thought, that's interesting. And then now he's come and done this one. Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson, in Men in Black International. That's why I said the other one, because
Yeah.
they were in it together, and now they're in this together. And Men in Black stopped making movies, so I don't know what's happening to Thor.
I was gonna say 2 bad movies, but I kind of I didn't mind.
Did you like the Men in Black one?
No, I haven't even watched.
Oh,
It looked dumb.
it is. Westworld, great show. She's in that.
Yeah.
And then she's in all the Creed movies.
Hmm.
Rocky Balboa.
Well, no, the Creed ones.
Yeah, but like
Apollo's-
Rocky.
Well,
It's
there's
Rocky.
Well, it
it's-
is, but the thing with
Creed.
there's 1 and 2.
Apollo's son. The Apollo's son? Apollo
I
Creed?
don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Rude.
them either. I just know of them.
Mm.
That's all that's all the people I did. But I did write this down just because I don't know. I sent it to you, Kieran, already, so I'm really only telling Bryce and everyone else. With 29 movies and 7 Disney Plus shows, now that Miss Marvel was finished, the Marvel Cinematic Universe will now take you 100 hours to finish on your next rewatch.
Hmm.
So that will take. So I don't know why I did this, but if you were going to sleep like 7 hours a day and just watch that and just do it, it would take you pretty much just under a week.
Just under 7 days.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're
So-
going to do that.
Well, I jokingly said it to you, but no.
Ah.
But I'll put it into perspective. All right. So Breaking Bad, if you want to watch all that, 62 hours.
Mhm.
Just a couple of our favorite shows. Game of Thrones, 63 hours. Friends, 89. The Walking Dead is 169 hours. I actually don't know how accurate these are because I got them from a random.
169,
Hey.
Well, I don't know what's with the 69 thing, but I'm going for it. Yeah, I don't know how credible the source is of how accurate they are, but it seems
Yeah.
pretty accurate. Stranger Things, 37. It's not that thing I haven't watched Stranger Things, and I was thinking of, it's like, to watch all the Marvel, it takes 100. Stranger Things is only less
It's
than half
nothing.
that.
It's a drop in the bucket, mate.
Supernatural was 236 hours.
Oh, damn. Well, did you do Buffy then?
No, I didn't, because Supernatural would be longer.
Yeah, but I just
And
wanna know how
then,
much Buffy
just
there is.
because shits and giggles, Home and Away is 3,370 hours. If you want to catch up on all that.
That is
And that
so
is
much.
140 weeks it would take to watch it non-stop.
Gross.
Imagine that, though.
And then, but in the, you're competing with the actual show that's live.
Yeah, I know.
It's
You'd
making
be,
more.
if you don't watch it, you lose time. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, oh, God. Yeah, sorry. I just had to add that in. Just because
That's wow, holy heck.
But there's a lot of Marvel stuff out there, and I think it jumped a lot, even knowing there's been less movies out. But because of all the TV shows that have come out, Marvel thing has jumped up in the
I
air.
do like this one in comparison to when we saw Doctor Strange. You had to know so much going into Doctor Strange, but this, you could have just watched the Thor movies and maybe Infinity War, whatever happened during that.
Yeah,
They follow Thor.
they.
through
I
that.
mean, they also make it easy by Korg going through it. Should we say we're doing spoilers?
Yeah, let's do spoilers.
Okay, because non-spoilers is hard. So they do that right at the beginning.
I think it is
What?
non-spoilers.
I mean, every time you say something, I want to spoil. I'm about to say Korg tells you through the.
Well, he
Like
does that in the trailer.
he does do it in the trailer, but he discusses all the. That's why it's probably easier as a standalone.
The
That's what you're trying to
exposition.
say.
It's
Yeah,
a
he-
lazy storytelling thing in movies to have a
Just
character
have, like-
just do that. But
Yeah, but
I
he's
understand
explaining it to the kids, but
Yeah.
really it's for all of us.
the kids.
We're not children, all right? Yeah. So
Wait, actually, yeah, I reckon spoilers. I just want to say that opening scene, it sets up the villain straight away, straight into it before Korg. I'll
True,
have
yeah.
you know. And
there's no even
Gee.
intro thing to that as well.
no,
The
I was whisper. I think I was talking to you, and then it just all of a sudden you heard the Actually, I was next to Steph. Russ, I didn't want to sit
And the
next to
lights
Russ.
go, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
sometimes they don't do like they'll show another trailer when the lights go down at the cinemas, and then
Mm.
or they just get into it. But or Marvel always the
yeah.
thing, but it just didn't happen.
happen.
Oh, it happened the other way, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
It started the movie and then it had the intro.
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like you don't normally see that. I think we did in Endgame, but anyway, that's irrelevant.
But is it Gore? Is it? That's his name?
Gore, yeah.
So we had Gore, daughter dies, and then he finds Oasis. You think he's hallucinating, but it's real. There's all these weird creatures, and there's the terrible CGI god.
Terribly good.
Surely they could have just dressed him up in the gold outfit. He looked awful.
Yeah.
There was a few that didn't look the best.
And you look
In this
at
whole
him,
thing.
yeah. You look at him, and they're all celebrating because apparently they just took out someone. Is it the necromancer? Is that the sword?
Yeah, they killed the guy
Yeah.
that had the sword.
I don't know how.
Yeah, how they
What's
would
his
have done
ability?
Yeah,
He was shit a few minutes later.
but he snuck up on him. Maybe I'm not sure. That was one of those things where I was kind of like, "Where's Thor?" I don't know.
that. See, with that opening scene, I wish that they'd done that later in the movie. I wish we saw the villain, saw him doing some stuff, not knowing his reasoning,
Yeah,
and then had that flashback later
Yeah,
in the
the
film.
monologue type thing before he's
So you
about
can
to
feel-
do something, you reckon?
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
or like Thor's like, "Why are you doing this?" And then he's like,
let
heck
me
you.
show you.
"Yeah,
And then he shows you that.
something like
Because
that."
then you could do the whole like, "Oh, that guy's a prick. Why is he such a prick?" And then it shows you go, "Oh, he's
I'm
not a
on
prick."
your side,
Yeah.
rather than just being on his side from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Just me?
Maybe.
Yeah. I thought that I mean, I'll say it straight away. I think I've spoken to someone else about this, but there was too much Korg in this, and
Yeah.
especially at the beginning.
Yep.
Well, the beginning was so choppy and like some parts were just cringe.
Yeah, like it
Like
was.
when he rode the axe, there was a lot of
Oh,
cringe
when
at
he
the
rode the
start.
axe, I was just like, no.
Yeah, it was almost
it's
like
too
it was
goofy.
filmed at a different time.
Yeah,
Like that was filmed then, and then they cut, and then they waited like 6 months, and then filmed the rest, which they probably did. Probably, I mean,
It's possible.
well, I would wonder when they filmed the Guardian scene.
because I'm assuming that the Guardian stuff was in America, and then the other stuff was over here.
Yeah, it could have been.
So maybe that's why.
And the Guardians seem so off.
Why are they? Why
All
were they
of
in the
them.
movie? Why did we need to even have a minute?
Oh, because he left with them, and now we don't get a Guardians movie with Thor in it because now Thor's left the Guardians.
But he had to add the point of the movie. He says it later.
He could have
He's
just
like,
said,
I want to be shitty with you. That would
Ah, yeah.
says you need someone to be shitty with, or have I don't know, something about that, and it comes into it later. But that was just so weird.
"Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan. I thought Guardians were going to come back. I thought they were going to have the end thing. They were going to save the day, or at least help, or
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
But they literally did nothing. Each one of them got one line each, and then see ya.
Yeah.
And all those scenes were in the trailer, right? There was
Yeah.
nothing really new.
But they didn't have the goats in the trailer. You'll be slapping your leg to that, wouldn't
At
ya?
the beginning, I was like, "Oh, that's funny," and then
Got a
that was
bit
the
much.
only time that the goats were funny. Alright.
And then they're running. If they would have been funny in the spaceship with the Guardians, if
Mm.
they were just knocking stuff over and doing it. But the screaming, it got to the point it's like, it's not
a bit much.
funny.
Yeah, that's like irritating.
There's what they redeemed themselves one point way later on with when they reached that moon thing. See?
I forgot it.
The whole Rick and Morty thing.
They're flying towards the moon and it looks like it's a massive planet. And he just the
Oh,
goats,
yeah.
they
Oh,
hit
that's
it. I think it pauses for a second, then they start screaming.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it
they're
like
back.
echoes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, skipping over a few things there.
I mean, we can skip over a lot of things, really. So what do you think about Gore overall in the end, then? Because you were saying before that he was underused.
I'm interested unless I need to watch it twice really, but he's all into killing gods and then all of a sudden he wants a god to bring his daughter back. But how did he learn that?
That is a thing. How did he learn that?
And then that's his role, and for some reason
Unless he tortured a god.
is it
Makes sense.
is it a Viking thing where all of a sudden he needs
The Bifrost to get in there, that pissed me off a bit. Hey,
What?
no
Why
one
is
else
that
uses the
convenient?
Bifrost, but then that's the key to open to eternity, and it's
Yeah.
like, why is that a thing? Especially when, say, the Greek gods, like, don't they say that like they existed before in the movie, before like the Asgard people?
Do they?
I don't
I
recall.
thought just with how Thor, well, at least when Thor said he built a lot of his stuff, the way he is off what Zeus is.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. I was too busy laughing.
I feel like a lot of stuff in this movie had to be cut because they've jammed something in. They've either
I was
jammed
going to
in
say that. I
Natalie
think they cut
Portman
a lot
or
of
they
them.
jammed in Gore. You can't have. I don't feel like you can't have both. You need a simpler villain or a
Three
recurring
storylines.
villain
Yeah.
because you need to know more about why he's got that brutal shadow attack. Oh, that's what I was going to say with Gore. I would have wanted. I want to see him take down that massive god. I want to see because he's the god butcherer.
Yeah.
When do you see him kill a god?
Just
at
at
the
the very
beginning.
beginning when
That's
he's not
it.
the god butcherer.
And it's the shittest god. It's boring
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I
wanna
wanted to see a couple.
awesome. Yeah.
Should be a couple that are dead, and then people
Even
get
ones
worried.
from Greece.
I mean, even everyone at that place, but I don't know what's the place called, wherever it was. They weren't worried. They didn't give a fuck. They
And
were-
that's such a wasted thing. Wouldn't you, if you're writing it, you'd put the worst case scenario. I would make it somehow, I don't know, Gore's followed Thor back. I'll get back to the kid plot, but he's followed Thor back to that planet, and I would make him attack that planet, and then maybe that's how he gets the axe, and then that sets up him, like Thor going to get the axe in the end. I know I'm
Yeah.
not saying much of the plot here. Hopefully, people have seen it as I'm saying
I'm
this.
assuming
they-
people.
they-
If you haven't
I'm
seen
sure
it,
they
that's
would've.
very strange
That
to
would
be
have been
listening
a
to
way
this.
better death. And imagine him just cutting up like, oh, you lured me to the best place ever,
Hmm.
and
You're
maybe
talking about the gods' planet.
yeah.
Where all they are. Yeah.
Why did he not attack that?
That would have been
Well,
cool
it-
because that would give
of-
Zeus more of a reason to be like,
But
you
like
got to
Thor let
now
him in.
attack. You
Yeah.
go kill. I mean, not spoilers, but Hercules at the end, and he's just like, we've got to do something, gods or whatever. But a better plot line would have been
Mm.
Thor led this guy to us with just like no respect. Let's use that word, and let's fucking teach him a lesson because of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He just seemed like I didn't. Did you like Russell Crowe?
I didn't mind
No,
it.
I hated the character.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't a huge
did
fan.
not like.
Oh, I mean,
what-
I'm not him. I don't nothing
No,
against
yeah.
him.
I know I don't like what they did to Zeus as a character when he's meant to be hell brutal, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm just a piece of shit,"
Yeah,
and he did all fairy and stuff, and he runs down the stairs, and I was like,
But those gods are pieces of shit.
I mean, yeah, no, I want him to be actual piece of shit, not like a
Oh, yeah, when
It's
he's
like a-
walking down the stairs.
he's not a
Prancing.
piece of shit, not a piece of shit for that, but like he's just
No, he's supposed to be a
Look,
big brute,
yeah,
and then
I don't
they're
know him to-
downplaying him.
yeah,
it was.
and also yeah,
I
the fact that he throws his bolt and then Thor's just like, oh, catch that and throw it back at you.
the whole. I know I'm sounding very negative,
You are.
but that whole thing, I don't think I enjoyed any of it really.
Oh,
I don't-
by
I
the way,
liked-
you gotta eat a spicy gummy. By the way,
No, because I said if he's got tattoos on his back
that's
though.
not what.
You got us there. You got us.
So you're suggesting that there was nothing added to there? Because we looked at that screen, so on our reaction, right? It had a blurred.
I don't
it was
know, was it?
blurred.
I didn't see it. I think I was too busy looking at something else that I didn't even take notice.
There was a tattoo on his back.
No, yeah, well, I looked at the tattoo then. Wait, does his butt have tattoos?
No, but I'm saying that I said that something it wasn't going to be like that. Or were you saying that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
I was
eat
just
your
saying
fucking
that they were
gummy
gonna
bear.
show
Eat
the
your
butt.
gummy. He's got it in his
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah. No, I'm not eating it yet, but I will eat it because I
That-
did lose.
One part, like, to take anything from that scene, I did like when he had Zeus's electric chain things and he's swinging
Whipping
them.
him around.
That was a cool weapon.
Oh,
That was
okay.
very God of War
Mm.
and looked nice.
Yeah.
We're missing the part where Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I was just
Duh.
going to go through the characters kind of a thing and then just go through their thing because I just choose Russell Crowe's. But Natalie Portman, I do. There was something that I really liked about. No, actually, her story was the better thing of the whole thing. The fact
I
that
like
she
the way
had,
they wrote her too.
like,
yeah.
she has cancer and then she does that thing where she like loses it and then just goes back to like her normal self, and then she'll grab Mjolnir and be like, "I'm back," and that was kind of
I'm
cool of
back,
like being weak
baby.
and that. And I also really liked the hammer going out like in the
Mm.
shards and fucking up heaps of shit and then coming back. That was really cool.
It's
Yeah.
quite snazzy.
That was and I think out of the whole thing, I would say the most positive thing about the movie was her story.
Yeah. It's weird that you see her about to get the hammer, and then later on, Thor's fighting at Asgard, the new Asgard, and then Valkyrie already knows who she is.
Yeah, I
What has
don't-
she been doing?
I don't
She's
know how
been
much
taken
time
out.
has passed in
Yeah.
this thing. Also, I don't know if, I mean, I would probably be like, "Hey Thor, man, like, this is another Thor here. This
Just
is
let him
weird.
know.
It
Yeah,
also happens
you're-
to be your ex-girlfriend as well."
Has
and-
Valkyrie met her?
No, but I'm assuming that she would have mentioned something.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird thing, but it's also, do we need to see that? I guess it speeds up the movie.
That's one bit of comedy I didn't mind was the jealousy between the axe and the hammer.
I think
thought
there
that
was
was
one.
I got over that.
Did
I
ya?
think
Yeah.
I think like
At the point where the axe floats in, after he's just picked up Mjolnir,
I like that
and the axe
part.
floats in, I was like, that's a bit. I think that was.
okay. I think
was
I'm
kinda
on the
cool,
level of you where I think just
Or
one
when he's
less.
trying to reach out.
No, when they're on the
but- No,
ship.
no. When he's picked. What?
When
I'm
they're on
talking
the
about
ship?
when he's picked. You know, when it's on the barrel, Mjolnir's on the barrel, and he picks up,
Yeah.
and he's like, haha, gives it back to Natalie, and then from the side of the screen, the hammer comes in. He's like,
Yeah.
and takes it.
Yeah, I think I'm.
The
similar.
axe is dumb, though.
I mean, it's
I-
silly.
I thought
It's
I
so massive.
also don't know how it does the whole Bifrost thing. Was that something?
Yeah, it must have been.
Did it have that from when it got forged? Was that in Infinity War?
It had to have been because
They used it together,
Yeah,
didn't
they
they?
used it to
They
get-
sent Rocket. Is that when they turn up on the
because
battlefield?
Heimdall was dead,
Hmm.
so he couldn't do anything. So he had no one. So it must have been that. I don't recall, but yeah, it must have been that.
Okay.
And then do you have anything to say about Natalie Portman other than that?
Do you know her arms was CG?
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
so this
The fact
whole
that I didn't know.
firstly,
Well done.
that's fine. But wasn't there this big thing about her getting buff
Yeah,
for this?
that's what I thought.
Then
Well,
then,
unless the image that I saw on the internet was a complete lie.
no, because so this is, I was thinking of it during the movie, which you shouldn't do because it puts you out of it. But when she goes to, I was gonna say weird, but when she goes to like her normal self with cancer,
Yeah.
I did feel like she was. I don't know. They just shoot it deliberately. Like she's a bit scrawnier.
But she
a
was always
bit-
wearing baggy clothes. And
Yeah,
stuff,
and I think that they just did that to hide it. But I was trying to look at her arms only because they kept highlighting the fact that she's been working out. She's buff, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
they did.
But I didn't really notice much of it.
No, they did a good
anything.
job then.
Hmm.
You need to calm down.
But that's no. But that,
No, that's
no, but did they CGI her arms? Because then why talk about how she's been working out if they
Yeah.
haven't? Or maybe she has, and it's a mixture of both.
But maybe that's where a lot of the CGI budget went.
Fuck,
So-
it must have been expensive to do that. Jesus Christ.
So one thing I've been seeing online is apparently Disney's crunch times for CG is really short.
Yeah, I heard
So
it's
that's why
horrible to work from.
Yeah, that's why it looks
It's
terrible because they're
inconsistent?
not giving people enough time to work on it. So it's not the people making its fault, it's the people who are paying the people to make its fault.
Why are they not giving them enough time? Don't you want the best product possible?
Yeah,
You'd think so.
but if you
But
think
they're
about
like
it, I showed
Quantity over
you
quality.
how much people have watched it. Like I think they beat Ragnarok's opening weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's like 4th on the list. I think Doctor Strange one is beating it. But like it's like Endgame, Infinity War, like those ones are the only ones beating it from
Yeah.
that. So everyone went to see it still. They still made all that money.
I'm still happy this for the first time in a few movies, I feel, or maybe the TV shows, that we stopped putting in the whole setting up the alternative dimension thing. I can't even think of what it's-
multiverse?
Yeah, they need to chill on that a little bit and just
Yeah.
have simplistic stuff like I was gonna Doctor Doom, what's his name? Doctor Strange.
Oh,
Started setting up all this other shit, which
I think
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
so
lied to.
sick of.
well, we can't do any more multiverses. We had so many in Doctor Strange, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Crazy. We don't want heaps. We don't want too many.
Let's
Bloody
not
hell.
go to those ones.
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. It looks
Really?
like it's real.
Oh, well then
She got real arms, so that's why they look so good.
I'm surprised your pants
she's
aren't
got
on
real
fire.
arms. Of course she's got real fucking arms, you dickhead. Yeah, they're the only 2 people I wrote
What
down.
about the whole?
Because they're the only. There's Valkyrie, I guess.
Do you know what stopped the movie was the kid side plot. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less.
Went for too long though.
yeah, I
like,
don't
we
care
didn't
about
need-
their kid.
Why Thor went there and then had this massive long conversation with them all? I was like, tell them they're alright and then fuck off. I don't
Where's
know. why.
Gore? Is Gore killing gods during this time? And he sneaks in once, and he only sneaks it on the kids, not Thor. Though.
Yeah.
Why not?
Or it could have been a thing where he sits there and listens to Thor speak.
Yeah.
And then go, actually,
And
he's
show
not
him
coming
after.
for you, kids.
Then he goes to the god planet, takes him out.
Did you think he sounded a bit sounded a bit Jokerish when he first showed up in the cage?
Oh, he's all over the shop.
Like-
Reminds me of when Kang showed up in Loki. You're like, what? You're doing so many things. I don't
Yeah.
even know what your style is.
Is he saying Christian Bale did a bad job?
I'm not saying he did a bad job. Just saying it was terrible.
Like,
It's just inconsistent. And why was he so cruel against those kids? Or is that what that
No, that was
sword
just
does
that-
to you?
Well, those kids are.
that was what I thought it was implying. The sword was the thing
I mean-
possessing him was the bad thing. He was
Aren't
good.
some of those kids gods?
Future gods. I don't know.
I
So
don't
we
know.
also they did this whole little Sif thing as well, where she was
Or
in it.
power up. What?
Sif, like she was in it
Oh,
from
yeah.
because she was in Loki as well. Just when you said Loki, it reminded me.
Yeah.
This is a thing that they did at the beginning. I think when you said it about when Korg was discussing, like, oh, do you remember this guy and that guy and then this guy? They're all dead. Like he just had fucking
And he goes,
almost
whoever that guy is.
yeah, like making a joke out of all of Thor's friends. And I
Yeah.
think if you're like a big comic fan, you'll probably not like that because I'm pretty sure they're in it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, Sif, she's the one without the arm. That's right.
yeah, now she's got no arm, but she was also in Loki. She slaps him over and over again
Yeah.
when she gets put to spores for Loki, but she's in that too. Yeah, but like those who didn't mention her, but they just fucking as if they were a joke. I thought that was a really
Yeah.
strange thing because
It's
in
a bit-
Ragnarok
bit
it was
rude.
kind of like epic. It was like, what, they all died? That's fucked up, you know. And then I didn't really like that. And then at least they've kept. What I'm gonna say is at least they kept Sif. Like there's something. I don't know.
What about when he's talking to her and he's like, "Oh, you won't go to
Valhalla.
Valhalla, but your arm might be there because it died in battle."
Yeah, I had a giggle with that.
Like, that's awful to say.
It is awful. That's why it's funny. But also that was just a setup, right? Just to talk about Valhalla.
Well, I forgot about her until the end.
No, not-
wait, she's there now.
Yeah,
yeah, it could have been.
But
yeah.
to set up the Valhalla.
Don't they mention it
thing.
twice?
Yeah, I think they mentioned a couple of times.
Yeah.
To show that she was so worthy. She was such a Thor that she gets to go there.
So she turns into a god, or she becomes an Asgardian
I guess
because she can wield the hammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
But how's that cool? Is that hammer upgrade though?
What?
That is cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's cool.
no, I like it.
That's a good idea, and I love the noise of it reconstructing itself, and even the way later on when she got Gore's the sword and smashed it by slamming.
Oh yeah, by
I
slamming
think
it
you're
on the
grabbing
ground.
your phone.
No.
Oh, I hated that part. Actually.
No, I already said I like that. I like
then-
the hammer. I like the idea of that.
Mm.
A lot of things about her, which I weirdly thought going in that was stuff I wasn't gonna like. I liked the most.
I enjoyed. I wish there was more of it when Gore was fighting Thor in the new Asgard place,
Hmm.
and he's sliding around when he does the cuts. It's like he kind of teleports and slides a bit, and he's fighting him. And then later on, he's just using the creatures and has a weird
The
roots
shadow creatures
holding
are
him.
cool though. Like
Hmm.
they're
It's scary.
Yeah.
big
scary.
spooky.
Like I don't know how you're supposed to.
It's
Yeah.
very weird because it's like it's all set up as a kids movie, but then those things are like terrifying.
Yeah.
So it's a weird
Yeah, but you
combination.
got your hero there, so
Yeah.
saving the day.
You also have that part where Thor's taking out the gods. He's becomes a god. No, they might not be gods. They're just guards and all the gold blood.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
pointed out
yeah.
they have gold blood, even though Thor has been cut before. He does not have gold blood.
But it might just be those special guards.
You reckon?
Yeah, probably.
And the god at the start had the gold blood as well.
True.
So when they, I
Real
mean, I don't know
gods.
if this is, I'm just thinking about it now. When the ship crashes through, there's no other gods that are like, well, I'll put a stop to this. They're just like, oh, we'll let that happen.
They're like, oh god, they're a bunch of cowards.
Or were they the worst of the worst gods in that location?
They're all made to be the best of the best.
I don't know.
I didn't
The
recognize any of them. so-
Stupid head one with the little feet. I was like, he's talking. Do you remember? It's right in front of him. It's like, fuck, there is some dumb creep. It might be Star Wars when the aliens in the background, puppets. Like, fuck, there's a lot going on here.
There was one bit when they're on that small planet, and they try to take the Bifrost off. I'm pretty sure, like, I could be wrong, but Gore grabs Thor, right? And I swear he comes out of the shadows and grabs him as like there would have been no shadows there because the Bifrost would have lit it up, right? And he grabs him and he's like, "You're not going anywhere." And then he takes the axe.
What do you
Maybe.
mean there's no shadows?
So Gore can only come out through shadows. And if the Bifrost is coming down, that's lighting it up. So there's no.
But wouldn't that reflect off something else?
What?
Like there would be a shadow. If the Bifrost is hitting him, then there'll be a shadow behind Thor.
No, the Bifrost comes down around all of them.
But the
it's like
shadow
an
can never
underneath.
meet the light. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
the
but-
light of something.
But even
But
if he's just spawning
could get
from the
near
shadow,
it.
I don't know why I'm
He could
defending
get
it.
near
I'm just- yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it upset me.
But
That's it.
I like that dark.
You like the black and white thing with the
I was
the
gonna,
lights?
yeah.
That
that's the
when
thing.
they lit it up, the light, the color only goes so
Mm.
far. You can only just
That
see
was
like
a cool
little bit of
stylistic
it.
choice
Yeah.
of that. And then you have Zeus's bolt is gold in that. And then the blue of is it the hammer where the cracks are that lights her up?
Yeah.
That whole part was cool and a bit eerie, but waste of Valkyrie in that spot.
Well, that's another thing with Valkyrie. So I think we said it before that we thought she might die in this movie. And then she got stabbed. They did the fake death thing, which is annoying.
I love
'cause
doing that.
and then she's not dead. But then They're about to go into the final battle to save all the kids. Like as an Asgardian, if you fucking get wounded, you go in there because no one or someone, even half a person, is better than no one. And she's like, "Oh, nah, I'll be right. I'll just
You got it,
wait.
bud.
What?
Could
Why?
have got the
Yeah.
power up.
Like, why is she not going?
Yeah, that
Imagine
actually
she got
doesn't make
Thor's
sense.
Power up.
She literally just can fly
Oh,
on a
yeah.
horse and just do stuff. Anything. They end up using
And
the
then
kids.
then she sees Natalie come through, who's got cancer, and she goes, "Take my horse and go save the kids."
I guess. Yeah.
Do we want
Let
to
me take your fucking bag and then
getting to that last part, the silly part, where
kids.
no,
Oh.
where they finally get to that god, and it can bring something to life.
So it can grant any wish.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Eternity.
Actually, that's why he went there. He wanted to just get rid of the gods because he's a lazy fuck.
Yeah, he wanted to
his
do that.
job.
And then they
That's the best
talked
way
him
to do it.
into, well, he says to,
Very
bring back
quick,
your
very-
daughter.
Bring back your daughter, but you're gonna die, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
And then he looks at Natalie Portman. He's like, "Bring her back." Nah, that's what it looks like it's gonna happen.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That he was going to cure her.
At the
But-
same time, I don't think she can exist in this world. It's just too much.
Yeah. Also, I think that's kind of lame if they do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, if you think about it, the beginning of Thor and the end of Thor are just the same things. You're in the same place almost. Like, there was no real. I mean, I know that.
Except now you've got love,
You got the burden.
Oh yeah, you do have love actually.
It's like, let's
which
put
is
a
why it was
burden.
called Love and Thunder.
Thank you. The
Hey.
question I asked at the start.
What do you think about all the little kids when they all had power? And stuff?
Nah. You
I
know,
laughed at
I
the
mean,
girl with the bunny
Yeah.
or whatever it was. She had a teddy bear.
Also puts them at risk.
It
Doesn't it?
just doesn't. I just feel it doesn't. Yeah.
It's just goofy.
It doesn't fit the aesthetic of Marvel. I
Mm.
feel, and it's a kid's gimmick.
And
It's-
then always you're gonna look at it like, why can't Thor power up? That
so
guy.
I did think that. I think it's because of the bolt, the lightning bolt.
Oh, like, is that why the yellow eyes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I was like, why the fuck hasn't he done this all the time? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that-
And then at the I hated the whole idea that little girl and Thor do shit now,
Mm.
They hang
and she
out.
has the axe, even though she's like this big.
Do you know who she?
Yeah,
who that
that's
Is
right.
that the
Yeah.
actual daughter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his actual daughter.
Just the
Really?
acting, I thought was not an actual.
I thought,
Yeah.
And it had the Aussie accent. A few of them, the kids had the Aussie accent.
yeah. See, I thought if his daughter was in it, I thought it'd be one of those kids that he does the power up. But so Love is his actual daughter.
Mm.
Hmm.
Gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Is she an actual character in the comics?
No idea.
That's a question we ask you,
Yeah.
No.
Karen. Is she an actual
No,
character?
she probably
in the
is.
comics?
They usually
Um,
base them off shit.
Where's her power come from though? She has like fancy eyes and stuff. They'll light up purple.
Well, I guess maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
I
because
don't-
she's
I
brought back
couldn't-
by God, maybe she got some God powers there.
Well, did
They
he?
don't need
did,
to
did
explain. They
Gorr
don't
go,
explain it.
bring her back, but with powers?
yeah. Maybe to protect her. I'm not sure.
And then we got after credits,
Oh, Hercules.
Valhalla. Yeah, Hercules.
So I didn't even.
He
So
looked
I
ve-
didn't
he
even
was a
stay
hairy
for the
boy.
second one.
Yeah.
I looked it up online and thought, oh. And then that was right. And I told my sister, I was like, oh, this is what happens. I said, oh, well, because that was what I read. So, Jane Foster goes to Valhalla and Heimdall's there. And then they kind of welcome her. And then it's like, ah. And then I told her that and she goes, why the fuck would we stay for that? And I was like, okay, let's go then. So,
Yeah, who the fuck's Heimdall?
yeah. No, she knew who that was. My mum didn't, but she did. But yeah.
And I just hope that doesn't set up bringing back
All of them.
anyone.
Because
They're dead.
yeah,
they're
because
done.
otherwise,
It's not
you
in the
don't need to bring
universe.
back dead people because if you start doing that, then whenever
Nothing. There's no
there's
consequence.
no risk, there's nothing,
Yeah.
you know. So, and then what's the difference? Why should she come back but Aunt May can't or something like that? You know, that's just like those sorts of things.
May didn't go to Valhalla.
Well, there you go.
Spoilers.
What do you think about in the Marvel universe that the women always die?
Like who?
Black
Oh.
Widow.
Yeah.
Who?
Gamora.
Aunt May.
Gamora.
Gamora.
Is Gamora? But there's a new Gamora though.
Oh yeah.
So that technically,
No,
But a
she
lot
should've
of the
been
women end up dying, and then now we have Natalie Portman, Jane.
yeah. That's a weird one. I mean, I didn't put it.
Tony Stark.
I think you would probably find that
That's a woman.
more guys would die, but percentage-wise,
They
there
come
is more
back.
guys.
Yeah.
I think there's just more guys in it. So when the 10% and like 5 of them, or half of the girls die,
No.
when
yeah.
only like 5% of the guys die, but it would probably be more guys die. But I didn't really think about it, to be honest.
I don't think many guys.
I don't think it's
Actually, no, there is 3 because there's Coulson, what's Pietro, and then whoever you just said, I forgot now.
Stark,
Yeah.
Captain America.
He doesn't
So
die.
he's just old.
Old is pretty much dead.
My
Quote
God.
that. Quote that.
Mate,
Old is pretty much
can you
dead.
name
all the villains. All the
podcasters.
villains are pretty much guys, and they die.
Yeah, that is true.
Except for Hela.
Yeah,
Hela.
yeah, it was hella good.
No.
All right, do you want to wrap it up?
All right.
Yeah.
Ratings?
Oh yeah, right.
Go on, Jay, give it a-
6.9.
I did 5 out of 10.
Oh damn.
Jeez, that's rude.
Is it?
You liked it the most out of any of us,
Is that true?
from what you said. Yeah. Go on, Kieran.
I hate it. 6.5.
I'm giving it a 6.
Ooh.
But I do say go watch. If you, I mean, no one's listening to this that hasn't watched it, but you should go and watch the movie.
Don't have to watch it in cinemas though. Wait until it comes to Disney
Oh,
Plus,
yeah, you can wait for that.
or download it off Pirate Bay.
No, we don't download
We
it on
don't
Pirate
endorse
Bay.
that, and also
No.
Pirate Bay is no longer a thing.
Yeah.
I only
How'd
know
you know
this.
that?
I only know this.
It
because-
didn't- That's still going. I'm not there every day.
All right.
I just wanted to check if I had anything else. No, I didn't. Too many jokes.
Too many jokes.
Too much Korg.
No, I think what I said was, I explained it to you actually, was if you have, 15 jokes in a movie or whatever, like Ragnarok had more than that, but just say you have 15 jokes, and then like 3 of them miss, but they're separate from each other. It's kind of like, it's okay because it's spread apart, so you don't really feel it. But when there's so many jokes, and then like 3 of them don't hit in a row, you're
Mm.
kind of thinking like, what the fuck is this? This is going to sound horrible. At one stage, I thought that this movie looked like that Epic movie. Just the way that they were doing, like, there was a scene with them all doing jokes. Have you seen Epic movie?
Mm.
Like
I
that
think
parody
so.
fucking
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. It felt like that at one stage, that they were pushing horrible jokes out in a row, and look at that movie. I was like, oh god, what the fuck have I done? But then I think the next one was funny, and I was like, okay, it's back. But it went away for a second. Couple of
Yeah.
seconds. But anyway, that was me. All right. I'm done.
You done?
The only thing I was going to add, I know when they were filming it, they kept saying in the interviews, there was a lot, I can't think of the word, in like impromptu stuff.
Okay.
So they would just go with that, and sometimes they would change the scene towards the joke.
Oh, so they run the script and then they do what you
Yeah.
think. Like just
So some of those jokes could have just been the actors doing bad jokes.
okay, don't put those in then.
Yeah, you don't. I mean,
Tell me more story. Like give me more story or something. You don't like the whole. There wasn't enough seriousness in this movie. I don't feel.
Oh, that was what I was going to say. The one bit that I was actually interested in was this. There was a seriousness bit with Thor and Jane talking, and they were getting like serious, and it was like, it felt weird, and actually felt like it was better. Like the acting was good, and everything was
On the boat when she's talking about the cancer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like serious, and I was like, oh, this is like, because everything else is just making jokes of stuff.
I would have liked to see in that fight, in the last when she's versing Gore, her keep turning into normal version of her and dropping the hammer and then picking it up because she's weak, but then she has to use the hammer because
Yeah,
it's killing her at the same time.
but like fight on, she's still fighting on.
Yeah,
and fights
yeah.
through it. There was a lot of things that you could make this movie amazing, or not amazing, but
Yeah.
better.
But there was, you could have had so much more emotion in that whole
Mm.
thing because it was sad what she was going through and what she wanted to help out. And
Mm.
yeah, all right,
But yeah,
let's end on a sad
All right.
note.
and on
Well,
the sad note.
Thanks for listening and or watching. Be sure to, if you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out our YouTube. And if we're on YouTube, make sure you check out our podcast because there's sometimes some things that aren't on here.
Yeah, and tell us if we're correct or we're wrong.
Yeah, let us know your rating.
Jason's wrong.
Don't do that. There'll be heaps of
If you
comments.
hated the movie as
What?
much as Jason,
I don't know. Just saying.
Why do you not want heaps of comments?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Jason loves
Saying
to
how
reply to
wrong I
comments.
am. It's actually 145 hours.
Yeah, you got to add in all the animated
It's hiding
series.
away, fan.
I don't know if like when you do the hours thing, if it adds in like credits and stuff. I don't know
Most
how that
likely.
works.
They probably
Because,
just do
like-
complete runtime and then
Because
go to
that
it.
means you can cut like fucking a day off the Marvel one. Because the credits go
Because
for
they go for that
fucking
one.
I'm
ages.
not doing it.
Come on. let's
All
do
right.
it.
Thanks for watching. Bye. See you on the next one. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.